is incredible.
I've never pretended to be anyone I'm not. I've always been myself.
Hold him!
I don't have any regrets. If I lived my life thinking, why did I do that, why didn't I do that, I'd be in a straitjacket now in a padded cell.
Got him! You'll be okay!
I'm very thankful to play in an era of Australian cricket that was really successful. I'm thankful for all the different people I've been able to meet along the journey. I'm very thankful for my family, my mum and dad and my children. You know, they've been my rock, all of them, and my children are my #1 priority. So all of that thrown into the mix, I'm very thankful and very lucky for the life I've been given.
Well, we miss him and we are dedicating this test match to him, but I'm certain that had Shane been here today, he would have been jumping up and down in excitement. The key McCullum-Stokes partnership, bring it on, let's go, perhaps you might say. Well, it's a fresh start, but a tough start. New Zealand are the ICC World Test champions and they know how to win in these conditions. They will be motivated to turn England over again. The hosts have certainly gone through a period of upheaval. Well, men have gone, men have come in, and 2 men have returned in Anderson and Broad. But also a look to the future. It's a Test debut at Lords for Durham's Matty Potts, who is highly regarded by the new captain, who leads England in a Test match for the first time in an official capacity. Welcome to the opening day of this 3-match series against New Zealand. Yes, good morning. We've got a lovely day at the home of cricket. It's a welcome to Nasser and a special welcome to Owen Morgan. Great to see you. How are you?
Really well, Wardy. Yeah, good to be here. Good morning.
Good to have you along. I mean, it's all changed in the men's test arena. I mean, are there similarities to when you took over the white ball captaincy? Things have got to flip.
I certainly hope there are. Things have not quite finished with our white ball stuff yet, but we've gotten to a level now where we'd like to be considered as some of the best in the world. I think looking back on where we started, there are a lot of comparisons that, you know, correlate to exactly what we're trying to do. You're trying to identify areas where you can improve, identify where you're trying to go, communicate that well, and have complete buy-in from everybody in the side. And I think the appointments that Rob Key has made have made a huge, meaningful statement for Test match cricket, not only English cricket. And I'm very excited about it, not only about what could come today and this week and this month, but how the future holds.
When you took over the England captaincy, similar-ish comparison.
We were rubbish.
Yes, you were rubbish, absolutely rubbish. But you did turn it around. You became resilient, which was your first port of call. Is that what Ben Stokes and Brendan McCullum should be doing first off the bat?
Yeah, slightly different. In that era, there were more draws, so my job was to stop us from being a side that just got walloped by everyone. There are similarities. We played New Zealand. We had a new coach who was an overseas coach in Duncan Fletcher. There was turmoil behind the scenes. We were trying to get central contracts through. We were trying to change the selection panel. So there's a lot of similarities. Back then, though, I was trying to get us first. I couldn't take us from a side who were losing to a side who were winning. We had to be a bit more resilient and stay in games longer. I think nowadays there's not that many draws, so I agree with actually you might as well go with slightly a more positive mindset and have someone like McCullum, have someone like Stokes. They're cut from the same cloth. You go back a year or so against New Zealand, England were chasing 273 in 75 overs. They didn't go for it.
Yeah.
Under McCullum and Stokes, they will go for it every single time.
What characteristics do you need to be a good leader?
Here, I think first and foremost, you need to be authentic. You need to be yourself. And with Brendan McCullum and Ben Stokes, you're going to get that. Both have proved as players the way they play and the roles that they embody speaks louder than any words that can describe it. So I'm actually jealous in many ways because I wish I was in that changing room.
You just want to work with your mate Baz. That's the basic point.
Well, both. I know the style of cricket that they're going to play is very exciting to watch, but you sit back and you think, why are they going to play it? And there's so much meaning behind what they're doing, and to have the likes of Broad Anderson back, one of the world's best batsmen in Joe Root, to build a team around that is unbelievably exciting.
But not reckless. It's not going to be reckless cricket. There's been some comment that the way Stokes plays his cricket, the way McCullum used to play his cricket, could be reckless.
No, because actually the way McCullum plays his cricket, 100 test matches, got a triple 100 in 13 hours. Ben Stokes in that Headingley knock was 2 not out after 66 deliveries and went through the gears. They are very smart cricketers. The only thing I would say is I've heard a lot, and you get it with new eras, you get a lot of talk of style and brand of cricket. What you really need is now, all the big decisions have been made. It's those finer points of test match cricket. When it's nibbling around this morning, get through to lunch. Catches, take your catches. Don't get wickets of no balls. If it's moving around, bowl it that little bit fuller. All the small things that if England have got wrong on the field, that's what they got to correct now.
Well, Stokes is England's new Test captain. It's been quite a journey.
Ever since I made a choice to try and have a career of being a professional cricketer, since even getting picked at sort of England in the 15s, all I wanted to do was play for England.
Ben Stokes, fastest century at Lords. Oh, what a catch! Ben Stokes.
Pulled hard by Ben Stokes, a salute to the skies. It's a double 100 for Ben Stokes, and there can't have been any better.
God, Ben Stokes makes things happen. He's turning this game round again in England's favour. Oh, no way! No way! You cannot do that, Ben Stokes.
This has got to go all the way to the boundary up the bat. Can you believe this? Is this it? Is this? Oh, he's thrown it, he got it! It's 6. You're kidding me! England have won the World Cup!
That's how much it means to him. Look how emotional he is.
Oh, what a shot that is! Unbelievable shot from Ben Stokes.
What an innings, what a player. The Ashes well and truly alive because of one cricketer, and that cricketer is Benjamin Stokes.
Ben Stokes now is on the bowling honours board.
Gone!
Ben Stokes using every last ounce of energy that he has.
As a leader, one of the most important things is to make everyone feel valued around you as well, and make sure that their voice feels like it's being listened to. And everybody's got an opinion, and it's about, you know, just making them feel comfortable and voicing their opinion if they've got one. The last thing I want to do is make people feel like they can't say something because I'm not going to listen or I'm going to shoot it down. Because I know that I'm going to think of something that someone else might be able to counteract with some logical thinking, because I am quite an instinctive person, and I do know that, and I do understand that. So I will be using the experience that I've got around me and decision whilst out there.
What's the key thing you and the team have got to get right straight out of the gate? If I take you back to when Nasser took over, his basic premise was we've got to be more resilient. In other words, not lose, learn how to fight out draws. How do you see it with this side?
learn to draw games. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm going to be doing. Absolutely not. You know, the most important thing for me is so far has been just to make everyone just feel loose. You know, that's how I want everyone to feel under my captaincy. And you know, there's obviously been a tough couple of years of COVID and the way that we've had to live and how much cricket we've had to play and everything like that. And you know, I'll be stupid to think that nobody's going to be carrying any scars. And I've addressed that, and we've acknowledged what everyone has gone through as individuals and what we've gone through as a team, because I didn't think that we could move forward without acknowledging that. But the most important thing, I guess, is, you know, the way that me and Baz see this going forward is the language that we use around everybody, not just in success, but also in failure. Because, you know, if we've got guys who just feel like they can't go out there and really express themselves in the way that we want them to, then we're really holding them back.
Brendan has been speaking about like a fear of failure, trying to remove that fear of failure. Is that what you need to do? And has there been a fear of failure over the last however many years?
It's been real tough when I've sat down and thought about what can I say and stuff like that around this, and you know, as I said, the most simple thing that I could really think of is just loosen the bat grip, you know, whether you're a batter or a bowler, because, you know, the feeling, Wardy, you'll know that sometimes if you're gripping that bat really hard, it's tense and you're anxious and stuff like that. I just said, just put it down, pick it back up, and yeah, just feel like you're playing in the garden. You know, that's literally the message that I've got to everyone about how I want them to feel under my captaincy and how to feel out there.
Your experiences on and, I suppose more pertinently, off the field over the last couple of years, how has that shaped you?
Oh gosh, look, I think it's just one thing that I've, you know, very good at doing is only listen to the people who are going to affect me or add any value to me as a cricketer, or as a person in the job that I've got here, especially, you know. Another important thing and a message that I wanted to get across to the team is that this is England cricket team. This is now, you know, mine and Baz's team. We've got a blank canvas in front of us, and we're the ones who are going to, you know, dictate how that canvas looks after, you know, 6 months or a year. This isn't the media's team. This ain't the Daily Mail's, the Telegraph's team. They're going to say stuff about us, no doubt, but, you know, we're going to be the reason that, you know, this canvas looks the way it does. Not anybody else, because, you know.
You mentioned Baz there. He said it was a risk to appoint him. Was it?
That's Baz being Baz, you know, pretty, you know, just pretty down to earth about, you know, himself as a person. But look, the best way to put it is that this Test team just needs a bit of Brendan McCullum.
What does that bring?
Excitement in having him as our head coach, calmness, and really making everyone feel massive, if that makes sense. He said that in the dressing room. He said his responsibility and his job is to make everyone feel 10 foot tall. And I think he's very, very good at doing that. You know, we've only been 3 days here together, but I'm really excited to work with him going forward.
It's not your team or the Daily Mail's. Do you understand that? You stay out of it.
I mean, you threw me under the bus with that interview.
I
there.
didn't, he did.
Are you going to be a boring, dull captain like Nasser, Ben? What was he going to say to that? So thanks, Wardy.
When he says loosening the back grip, what did you take from that?
It's clearly something that he's gone through, and he's had relief about it over the years, where he's gone through stages of possibly feeling tense or feeling pressure. And one thing about great leaders is what they do is that they allow you time to breathe. Right. They take time out of the game to make clear-cut decisions and reinforce what you're trying to do. And in that process, they take pressure away. So there are no two better men for this Test team to do that, in Ben, who's gone through something himself, and in Brendan McCullum, who's played this way his whole life, carried on this way. It's his way of life. And I've witnessed him coach like that at the IPL.
OK, well, one of the first decisions that Ben made when he was appointed Test captain by Rob Key is he wanted Ollie Pope in the side. Well, Ollie Pope is going to bat at number 3. He's made some technical changes. What have you spotted, Michael Afton?
Yeah, thanks, Wardy. Number 3, such an important position in the order. Unless you're a born opener, it's probably the best position because you have a chance to shape the game. But you do have to be an adaptable and versatile player. You can win in the first over if wickets tumble, as Nasser often was, batting at number 3 behind me, or you could be in the 90th over of the day. So you've got to have that adaptability, have that technical competence in case early wickets fall, but have the ability to take the game on if the team find itself in a good position. So this has been the management's first big call, really, dropping Root back down to 4 and putting Ollie Pope in number 3. And it's a move that's not without risk, principally because he's never batted at number 3 before in first-class cricket. If I show you all the positions he's batted in first-class cricket, you'd see 4, very good, averaging nearly 60. Number 5, averaging mid-50s. He's averaging mid-40s at number 6. He's even batted a bit at number 7. But he's never batted at number 3, not since his schoolboy days. So that's risk number 1. Risk number 2 is that he's a player who's been in iffy form in the last year. He's averaging just 20 in test 10 Test matches, we saw him dropped in the middle of the Ashes series when he only scored 67 runs. And his technique was in a bit of a muddle. This was a young player who, like many young players in England, had got sucked into batting over or indeed outside off stump. If you look at the toe of his back foot there, this is Hobart, last Test match of the Ashes. He's a bit outside off stump. And if we have a look at his first innings dismissal, he gets caught behind, nicking a ball on about 5th or 6th stump, so he doesn't know where his off stump is. Again, that back foot just outside off stump. And in the second innings, he's so far across his stumps, he gets bowled by Pat Cummins. Behind his legs, that ball hit middle and leg stump. So this is a player who's in a bit of a technical muddle, and he would admit to that. So at the start of this year, he's worked very hard at going back to basics, what I would say. He's in a more orthodox position now. Looked at him in the nets ahead of this game here at Lord's, and have a look at his back foot there. It starts about middle.
Could have a bat as well.
Yeah, unfortunate on that side. First of all, most importantly, congratulations, you got the full-time gig. Is it sitting well with you?
Yeah, no, thank you. You know, it's been a real good couple of days leading up to the test. You know, everyone's really excited, as we always are when the test summer starts. So I think everyone's really excited to eventually get going.
You put thousands of hours into your batting, bowling and fielding, and it's paid off in spades. What about your preparation to be a captain?
Look, I don't think it's too much difference really, except just got to make a few more decisions out in the middle. You know, I would like to think that the way that I've operated over, you know, the last couple of years is to be just sort of that natural leader. But yeah, just obviously the tactical side's got to come with it now.
The team was announced 24 hours ago. Matthew Potts is making his debut today. What can you tell about it?
Yeah, look, you know, Potsy's had a fantastic start to the season. Obviously, you know, Durham lad as well. So I played 3 games earlier on the summer with him, and you know, he was just heads and shoulders above everybody else. He sort of epitomises the attitude that we want going forward in an England shirt. So huge day for him. Very excited for him and his family. And actually, just to mention Stephen Harmison, who gave him his cap, thought he spoke absolutely brilliantly.
No blazer today, but I do notice a very special number on your shirt.
Yeah, look, everybody's aware that, you know, Graham Thorpe's unfortunately very unwell in hospital at the moment. You know, I've spoken with his wife, Amanda, and she's been very grateful and thankful for the respect and privacy that her and her family has received. And she hopes that does continue. But, you know, me wearing the shirt is just, you know, on behalf of me and the England cricket team, just showing support to him, his wife, his kids and all his family and friends through this tough time, because we all love Thorpe, and he means a hell of a lot to us. It's
been a tough time for cricket, hasn't it, with the passing of Shane Warne as well? What are your memories of Warney? Yeah,
Warney, you know, obviously when that news hit when we were out in West Indies, it was, you know, very sad. He was a huge character of the game, one of the legends of the game and probably the greatest to play it. So it's great and, you know, a real honour to be able to play in a game in memory of the great man that Warney was. So, yeah.
Thanks for your time. All the best
Mel.
today.
Cheers.
New Zealand have won the toss here today at Lord's, and they've elected to have a bat first.
Mel, thanks.